Am I the a-hole for going into my daughter's room while she was asleep? My daughter brought her girlfriend to stay in our house for a few days. It wasn't the first time I met her GF, but it was the first time we knew she was serious about this girl. They went on to stay in a room that I can safely say usually is my workspace with a spare bed. We moved houses after our kids moved out, so our daughter didn't really have a room in this new house. In the morning I noticed I left my tablet stylus pen in their room and I needed it to get on with my work, so I thought I'd wait for them to get up and then I'll get it. I waited an hour and they didn't wake up, so I went into their room and retrieved the pen, walked out and closed the door. I didn't want to wake them up because they had come a long way on a long flight. My daughter later confronted me about it and said she was extremely uncomfortable by what had happened. She said it was inappropriate for me to go in and I was like, sure, but nothing bad happened, it was not a big deal. She was mad and said what if none of them were wearing something appropriate, and she insisted that this was an invasion of her privacy. I told her that was not the case, it really wasn't. I didn't even look, but I noticed they were only cuddling and they were asleep, so nothing was inappropriate in that sense. My daughter left much earlier than planned and demands an apology before ever coming to visit again. I don't think I did something crazy and it was just a second. Does that make me an a-hole? Am I the a-hole for being mad and telling my sister and mom it wasn't fair she got to go to a concert? So my parents are on a 10-day vacation and they asked me to come to their home to look after the house and the dogs. This is usual and has been happening ever since I'm 18, and my sister, that is 21 years old, lives with them at the moment. I've been talking about this with my therapist. My parents seem to think I'm the responsible one and they don't trust my sister with anything, and she lives her life as if she were still a teenager. When I told my mom it wasn't fair that I had to look after the house while my sister did nothing and was already living there, she told me I was right and that she would ask my sister to help. I don't think I need to explain that help shouldn't be the word. I think we both should take equal responsibility. One of the dogs is diabetic and he needs to be injected with insulin 2 times a day around 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. My sister has never injected him and she doesn't even want to try, so the responsibility is mine. However, it's almost impossible to do this task alone because he always moves and barks and growls. The injection doesn't hurt him, he's always been kind of a grumpy dog, so we always need someone to hold him while the other injects him, and keep the needle in for at least 10 seconds, which is the hard part. First few days, my sister was nowhere to be seen during the morning and I did my best alone. Later I started calling her or waking her up. She sleeps until 11 a.m. most days, and asking her to help me. But the thing is that I've been planning my life this last 10 days around this task. I know I need to be home 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. every day to do this, but she doesn't. She goes to her boyfriends and her friends, and if I don't ask her she doesn't really seem to care. So yesterday, my sister wanted to go to a concert out of town. I told her she could go, but only if she was home by 9 p.m. to help me. She didn't know if she was going to make it and didn't decide to go until the very same day at the last minute. I was talking with a friend when she texted me, hey, I'm going to the concert. Mom says it's fine. I'll be back at 10 p.m. and mom told me it's okay if we wait an hour to inject him. I was busy and I trusted her, so she went. She wasn't home until 1 a.m. She says there was a lot of traffic. I had to ask a friend to hold my dog while I injected him the insulin and it was okay. But the thing is, I shouldn't have. My sister should have been here. It's only 10 days. She needs to be more responsible and not party or go to concerts. I've just texted my mom, next time I'll schedule a concert the very same day you go on vacation and leave my sister alone to care for the house. Sounds okay?